Hi everybody, I'm Kirsty making from Naio Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a nail extension in acrylic without having to cut off the natural nail. Because look at the beautiful nails. We have Izzy here from Sarah Bailey Company, and I was like, I really don't want to cut off your nails. They're very nice, they're very beautiful. So I'm going to show you how to sculpt a nail out without having to cut it off. So we're going to do a natural overlay, but we're also going to extend at the same time. That's a bit of multitasking going on. Just wanted to show you a few little things about Izzy's nails. So first of all, we have a very wonky finger. So if we look at the fingers, from straight out from like that, that's it. So can you see how we have a gap here? Straight, really straight. Go on, that's it. That really shows the wonkiness. So this one curls out.
It's my grandmother's hands.
Is that what it is? So you must give them back. So does she have a boing?
She had a super wonky nail.
But we come across it all the time. There's always, you know, a finger that is a little bit wonky. I have the same kind of thing. See how this gap here? A little gap there and there. Whereas mine go a little bit. Maybe not quite as crazy as yours, but we could always break it and set it again. Another video. Right, so I'm going to show you how we're going to counteract this as well. We're going to make it appear to be a little bit straighter. Also, Izzy has some crazy shaped hypernychiums going on. So let me find something pointy and I can really...
Pointy things and hypernychium make me go, huh?
So if we look at this, hypernychium is a lot lower here than it is here. So this is the nail bed, this pink part. This is the free edge. And obviously the nail itself sits on top of the nail bed. Now your hypernychium is right under here. Can you slightly see my little pointy stick going underneath? So this part here is sealed by a hypernychium. Now it's a bit of a weird shape on this finger and also the thumb. Maybe have a little look. Now, sometimes this can happen due to damage, but this is definitely not due to damage. And let me just show you how thick this nail is. So we're just going to measure this with our super measurometer. No idea what it's called. If you look at this end here, so you can see we are just shy of 5 mil. 5 mil? No, half a mil. Christ almighty.
5.
Can you imagine if it was 5 mil thick?
Do you imagine? She'd have to have specially made shoes.
So it's just shy of half a mil, which is, you know, quite a... Move it around a bit and see if some points may be thicker than... Oh, look at that one. That's like just over half a mil. So they're not damaged. They are super strong. And you always have generally gel polish on. Yeah.
For about 14 years straight.
Yeah, I do tend to put a layer over a layer over a layer.
Maybe.
Yeah. I was taking Izzy's nail varnish off. She had some nail varnish, nail polish, or whatever you want to call it, nail lacquer. I was taking it off and I was like, oh, another colour. Oh, another colour. Went through about 3 different colours.
But all the same colour.
All the same colour. So different varieties of turquoise, basically. So, and I've come to the conclusion that these 2 fingers and thumb, or this finger and thumb, are this shape because Izzy makes things with her hands. She makes beautiful leather jackets, leather bags, all kinds of things, and she's doing it with her hands, and she uses these a lot. So she uses her index finger and her thumb a lot, and the pressure on this side of her finger has pulled our hypernicum back a little bit, thus creating the shape that we see in front of our eyes. So I'm going to show you how we're going to extend this nail. We're going to extend it to about, say, here. Bring it out. I'm going to do an almond shape so it looks really natural still. But we're just going to make it a little bit longer because, you know, we want to make you feel a bit special. Don't we? Because you are. Special lady. Right, so I've already removed the surface shine from Izzy's nails. I'm going to wipe over it with gel residue wipe-off solution because obviously I've been touching the nails and I want to make sure there's no sort of oil on those nails. We're going to do an almond shape, and what we need to look out for is this curve needs to match as close as we can to the nail itself. And if we have a little look at the natural C curves of Izzy's nails, this is nice and symmetrical, very uniform. And this, and this. But this one, not so. Not so. You see how it's a slightly different shape? Let me show you, Adam. So we're flatter on this side and higher. The curve is higher on this side.
Have you done this to your natural nails by working with your hands?
I get a callus here
Do you?
all the time, and these fingers, the nail beds are shorter on those fingers, on my index fingers, for sure. So I'm choosing this nail to demonstrate because it is not as easy. So we want this to match. So these are the kind of problems that you will come across. So this is why I want to choose this nail and make it all difficult for myself. Right, so I'm going to open this only because it's going to help me get right underneath that nail. We close the foam. So these are the problems that you'll come across when doing this. You won't have it on many of the fingernails. It'll generally be just a few of them that may be a little bit different. So if we look at this, see this gap? Yeah. So we're going to rectify that. Because I'm going to put product onto this nail and then I'm going to pinch it into a better curve. So that was what would happen. So this is how we address it. So if product was on it and we pinched it, so it's a bit of a weird curve at the minute, yeah? But if we put product on and pinch it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 100% from making as well. Like,
definitely, yeah.
now that you said that.
So we don't need to put the foam on yet. I'm just going to dehydrate. And then I'm going to use the Ultra Bond Acid Primer. So I'm going to put True Pink on. This is a transparent colour. We don't need a big massive bead. I'm actually going to drag a little bit of that off. So we're just kind of overlaying it at the minute. Get rid of that excess. So we're going to let that set up a little bit first. So we need it to set up a little bit so we can pinch. So while that's setting a little bit, I'm going to fit sculpting form to the thumb. And you can see that that fits perfectly to the curve of that nail because that nail is not a bit weird. Whereas this nail
It's unique.
Yes. Yes.
Special.
Very special. Just test pinching it. see if we are fully ready.
How do you know?
To engage the pinch. How do I know? Because it kind of holds it a bit, and it's got like it's got bounce, but it holds the bounce rather than just going like that. And the product doesn't move, so it's not like rubbery. It doesn't like that makes sense. So we're pretty much getting there. I'm just going to pinch, and then I'm going to pinch with my fingers to make sure that that side is a little bit more round. So I've got a flat finger on this side, and I've come right round the side with my thumb. You see the difference between pinching normally? I'm actually flat here and then pinching in the side, because this side's already very pinched. So I can hold that. If I just pinch them both equally, it'd still be a little bit low on this side. It's still wrapping a bit too much. So that's why this finger is flat, and then this one is curling everything under. I'm going to let that set completely while I do the thumb. I'm not going to prep and prime the other nails because I'm going to file that index finger. But while that's completely setting, I want it to be completely set because I'm going to file that nail. That was just put that. And if I put primer on these fingers here and then file this, I'm going to get dust all on the primer. So I'm going to file this nail. I'm going to come back to this and just give it a little bit of a file. So I've filed it. I've just wiped over with some gel residue wipe-off solution. Let's have a little look at the nail now. You see the curve is symmetrical.
You fixed me.
Look at that! So that's going to help us to fit a sculpting form. And it didn't take a lot of time. It probably added 2 minutes on to the service that we're providing today. But it will actually help to make this nail last. The longevity of this will be a lot better. So now we're fitting a lot better, we can put all the forms on the rest of the nails as well, and we can bash out these extensions, stretching out your length, Izzy, and making a little bit more special, a bit more wow. When it comes to this one, we're going to slightly straighten this up. So you're going to sort of counteract what's already there. So before I close it, I'll kind of show you what I mean. So see how much straighter it looks? Whereas the nail is actually jumping across this side. But now we've counteracted the form. So instead of following the natural nail and coming out this way, because that would exaggerate it even more and make it look even more weird. We don't want that.
So complimentary.
I know.
We're making it a little bit straighter.
Your weird hands.
Got weird hands.
Well, you know what?
Years of
unique
making
and I like a bit of weirdness. Okay, so we're all fitted. So even though this one has acrylic on it already, I'm gonna go on towards the centre because I don't actually need a lot at the back now. I'm just gonna ease a little bit up to that back third of the nail, and the rest will come down over and all become one. Join together when two become one.
I knew I was going to say it, Spice Girls, but nah. Thought, nah, she's missed it, she's moved on.
So I'm going to try and one bead this one. Starting at the cuticle, keeping the finger down so everything's running away from the cuticle. Side to side, chasing it down. Clean up my sides, making them nice and clean. Now I can get my shape. And we're doing an almond nail. Almond. Almond. What do you say?
Almond.
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 Almond, yeah. What
Almond.
do you say?
I don't know.
You don't know what
Almond.
you say?
I think I put the L in.
Yeah,
I
almond.
think one of those ways is the American way, I think.
Well, I speak proper English.
Yeah, you do.
Like you say,
Yeah, right.
Northerners, you know, because Northerners are cool.
Almond.
I didn't say almond. I think that's a bit weird.
So with this one, because it's shaped, because it's moved, like you're trying to straighten it, are you
Yeah.
following?
It'll come slightly thicker on this side because we're straightening it. So we're slightly bit more product on this side to kind of fatten that bit out a little bit. Just to make it appear to be straighter than it actually is. Because it most definitely is not straight. Beautiful almond shaped nails. Now I've done them clear, so we could pretty much do any kind of design on there that we wanted to. I absolutely adore them. They are stunning. So you can see that we've straightened up this nail. So if you look at that finger, the nail actually comes out straight. So it's made everything look a little bit more straight than it was before.
It looks odd by itself, but then when you put them all
Yeah.
together, it looks right.
Yes. Because if we left it going out this way, oh, it would look a bit strange. On its own, it might look normal, but not with all the rest of the fingers. And you kind of have other fingers, don't you? We need to include them. So it's getting that happy balance. And what else did we do? We recorrected that nice C curve. So that's got a nice C curve now. So the curve runs all the way through the nail. Beautiful. They're all ready now for gel polish, some artwork, bit of bling, whatever you want to put on them. So if you've enjoyed this video of how to extend the nails without taking off that length, because some people really don't want to take off that length because it might be you want it for a special occasion and then you want to soak off the acrylic and then keep your own nails nice and healthy and long-ish again. You know what I mean. Some clients are a bit fussy. If it was me, I'd just chop them off. But, you know, I wanted to preserve the beautiful nails that Izzy has. I'm just jealous, that's all it is. I'm just jealous because
Can't grow them.
I don't grow like that. No, never have done. So don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Say bye-bye, Izzy.
Bye-bye.
And it's bye-bye from me. And it's bye-bye from him. Right. So we're calling this what?
It's a how-to video. How to sculpt an extension without
Cutting off the natural nail.
without taking the length off a natural nail.
Yeah. Okay.
God, I'm good, glad I'm here.
I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad everybody's here.
Me too.
So they're all ready to be put in. What? It's like.